Hello, Idea Scholars. Welcome back to another music lesson. This is Miss Michelle, and this is week 6, lesson 20. Again, week 6, lesson 20. And we are sadly in our last week for this music summer program. But don't you worry, we have a fall program coming soon. So just stay tuned for all the amazing things we're going to be learning, all the amazing instruments we're going to be practicing. So just make sure that you're not feeling any of discouragement, any disappointment perhaps, because we do have another semester coming. So stay tuned for all of those things. So again, this is going to be another music lesson, and I will still incorporate the recorder. In our live session on Monday, I felt we still needed a little more practice. Needless to say, you guys all did an amazing job. It's really incredible to see you guys grow and really expand your knowledge with music. So don't feel bad. Don't feel like you're behind or anything like that. You're doing an amazing job. But I do know that we struggled a little bit with our live session, and that's completely okay because we're gonna be practicing as we continue our last week. So don't you worry, don't feel discouraged. This is what these lessons are here for, right? Just to make it fun. Even if we make a mistake, music is a beautiful art, and learning an instrument takes time. So just remember that you have to be patient with the process. So without further ado, let's get started. Before we start our lesson though, you guys know that I always encourage you to drink enough water to keep yourselves hydrated, to keep yourselves feeling good, full of energy. Even though we're not singing in this video, in this lesson, I do really encourage to drink some water, to have a bottle of water right next to you as you're playing your recorder, as you're singing, whatever it is. It's important to keep hydrated. So make sure you got your water on the side there, and let's get started. So in our live session on Monday, I noticed that there were a few of you as scholars of this music class that didn't really, I guess, fill out the whole song with the music notes that I was looking for. And that's okay. Maybe you didn't understand. Maybe you weren't sure which note came next. But I'm here now, and I will go over the whole song so that you can get a better understanding. And sometimes just hearing it once or twice is not enough. And that's completely okay. It's something very new. It's something that perhaps you haven't practiced in as much. So that's what I'm going to be here for. And I'm going to go over these notes. Make sure you guys are writing down these notes with a pencil in our handy dandy books that we got, right? So this is the book that we got. You all know this is the book. And we're on page 23, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And if you see here, if I zoom in, you can see Miss Michelle wrote all the notes that I will be playing. And if you see on the bottom, I'm just going to leave it here real quick. If you see on the bottom, there are some letters, and then on the top there are letters as well. And that goes for the next two lines. So what Miss Michelle did here really is that on the bottom line, my solfege is written. So if I want to sing this song, I know that it's going to start with do. Do, do, so, la, la, so. And I don't write the complete word syllable. I just write the first letter, right? That's what Miss Michelle is doing for the bottom line of the music sheet, right? It's just in case you're like, why are there letters on the top and the bottom? The bottom is the solfege, so this is solfege. We go over here on the bottom, this is solfege. We go over here, this is solfege. Now, since we are playing the recorder, so you guys all know that I've been using the song to practice solfege, and now I'm using this same song that you are, comfortable in. This is a song that you know very well. I'm using this same song to practice with our recorder. So if you see on the top, there's some letters, and I wrote here, it's in the key of F sharp. So we see here, D, D, A, B, B, A, G, G, F sharp, E, E, D. So when Miss Michelle says F sharp, what does F sharp mean? So the symbol for sharp is that little hashtag, and of course the F. So it's F sharp, F sharp. What are all these little letters that we're looking at? Excuse me. Well, the letters are the notes that we are playing. So while we were in our live session, I did see, like I said before, a few of you were still struggling a bit with knowing which note is which. And with this video, I want to continue going in depth with the notes and what the note sounds like and how it looks like in our recorder and how it looks like as the letter. So A. So let's start with the first note. The first note, so remember, you're using both of your hands. Your right hand with your thumb, again, I'm going to go over this like I've been going over it the past week, right? I'm not going to go too fast. I don't want to go too slow either. I just want you guys to get a good example of how to play the recorder correctly, right? So we have this little hole on the back of our recorder, on the back of it. With our thumb, we're going to be covering it, just like that. This is my right hand. So make sure you got your right hand like this, and you got the first finger on the first little hole, second finger on the second hole, and the third finger on the third hole. With your left hand, you're going to come here, the bottom of the recorder. Again, your index finger starts first. You're going to cover the fourth hole, fifth, and sixth, right? Just like that. This is what we call D. This is our first note in our song Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Again, this is our first note. So when Miss Michelle asks you, what is the first note for Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? You should know it's D. D is the first note. And what does D look like? It looks like this. Just like this. So if I say so and so play D on your recorder, you're gonna put your hands just like this on the recorder, and you're gonna play it just like that. Just like that. This is D, right? We're in the key of F sharp, but this is the note D, right? So if you write these down, the first note is D. The second note is D. So we're going just like that. I'm repeating. I haven't moved my fingers. Just like that. So with your little pencil or a pen, I want you to write that it's D. Just like Miss Michelle wrote it on your book. Where are you? Right there. Right there. D, D. Now you can see what's next. A, A. What does A look like? So we have our D, D. So I play D, D, A, and this is A. Right? So you're going to have D, D, A. The next note, again, the next note we are going to play is a B. And what does B look like? So let's go back to the first note. We've got our note D, right? D, D, A, B. This is what B looks like. So the only you could still hold your recorder, right? But you're not going to be pressing any of the holes. So with your thumb, you're still on the back of the hole over here of your recorder. And with your index finger, you're going to come right over here, the first hole. And this is the key of B. So let's go back to D. So I got ahead of myself there. What Miss Michelle played. So let me do it again. Oops. Make sure you're covering all little holes. So I play D, D, A, B, B, A. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. D, D, A, B, B, A. Try it with me. D, D, A, B, B, A. Let's do it with how we would sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, right? Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Now we're going to use the notes. D, D, A, B, B, A, right? So that's exactly what we're playing. And then so on. But I'm just going to focus on that part. So I think that, cutting it to small parts will be easier for us to learn as opposed to learning the whole song in one session. So that is what I'm going to be doing in this lesson. I'm not going to be continuing to the whole song just because I really want you to learn it in detail. That way you understand each note that we're playing. Each note that we're playing is going to be our hand movement. So we have a hand movement of this, right? And this is D. Then we had the other, and this was A. And then we went to this, and this is B. Again, look at my fingers, look at your recorder. D. This is A. And this is B. Awesome. Beautiful job, you guys. So it may seem a little tricky right now just because it's something new. Learning to kind of relate the note to how to place your fingers on the instrument. But sooner or later, you're going to get it. It just takes practice, it takes dedication, and it takes time. That's all it is. But you are doing so amazing. So don't feel discouraged as you're watching this video. You're doing an amazing job. So let's continue. Today, for this lesson, we're going to be doing the first line only. So that way, in our next lessons, we're taking it slow. On our last lesson, I do want to do the whole song. So by then, you are able to play the recorder and you feel confident, you feel comfortable, and that way it just helps you feel a little more better with playing the recorder, right? Playing the instrument. So let's continue. We left off in the key of B. No, I'm sorry. We left off in the key of A. So we had D, D, A, B, B, A. We went back to A. So the next note is going to be G. And what does G look like and sound like? Just like this. Your 3 fingers are going to be covering each hole. 1, 2, 3. So try playing that. Just like that. Just if you want it to sound a little less pitchy, make sure you're just giving it the enough air. There we go. And there we go. That was much better. So the next note is G, and that's what I just played. So try it with me now. Your 3 fingers on the first 3 holes, and that's going to be G. So we're repeating it, right? So make sure you're writing these down and taking notes. So this is where Miss Michelle is at, just to give you a visual, right? Right over here, G. So we did D, D, A, B, B, A, G, G. See how they're in the exact same line, the exact same position, because they're the same note on the staff, right? This is what we call a G. If we were talking about solfege, if we were singing this song, it would be fa, and you guys know fa, right? It would be fa fa, but it's G G playing the recorder. And as you can tell, it goes on. So the next note would be F sharp, E E D. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves, and let's focus on the note of G. So, note of G, just like this, right? Just like that. The next note will be F sharp, like I said before. What does F sharp look like? You have your 3 fingers on the first 3 holes. You have your left hand coming down the bottom and covering the last 2 holes. So we have just the middle one that is not covered, just like that, right? 1, 2, 3, and last 2 fingers covered, just like that, right? And that's, it's a little lower, right? Oops, you don't want that to happen, so make sure you're giving it just the right amount of breath. That's good. Just like that. The next note is going to be E. So it'll be, for this next bar, G, G, F sharp, E, E. So far we've got G, G, F sharp, and E is going to look like this. Watch my fingers. I'm just going to raise them up here, just like that. This is the note E, and we're repeating it twice. E, E. What does E sound like? Let's try it. Try it with me. Try playing it with me. Just like that. Just like that. That's good. Just like that. So we got G, G, F sharp, E, E. That's what we got so far. So, see how I went a little sharp? I blew too much air. So let's try doing F sharp again. Awesome. The last note is going to be D. So it's the first note that we begin with. It's going back to D, and it sounds like just like that. Let's put it all together so we get a visual. Let's try it. Try it with me. Make sure your fingers are covering all the holes. Oops, let's try it again. And don't feel discouraged if this happened to you too. It happens to Miss Michelle, so don't you feel discouraged. Place your fingers correctly, find out what the mistake was, and continue on, right? Because that is the process of learning, right? That is the process of learning, making mistakes, recognizing where we went wrong, and then getting better, right? With practice, of course. See, let's try one more time for me. Awesome. So that's how I put it together. And I'm going to play it one more time and hopefully better for you guys. So that first note, it can be a little tricky if you're not placing your fingers correctly. That's the first line, and we're going to just stop there. I'm going to put my recorder down. I'm going to read to you guys what I just played for you. It's D, D, A, B, B, A, G, G, F sharp, E, E, D. Again, I'm going to repeat this so you can write it down in your book. D, D, A, B, B, A, G, G, F sharp, E, E, D. Awesome job, you guys. That's going to be it for this lesson. I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information, too many notes, and all that good stuff. Although it's amazing knowledge and amazing information that you will be receiving with this lesson, but I want you to take it slow. Don't feel discouraged. As you saw, Miss Michelle made a couple mistakes there, but don't feel discouraged. Just get back up and continue to practice, continue to dedicate yourself. And by the time you know it, you're going to be a professional in playing a recorder. So don't you feel discouraged. Remember to drink your water. If you have a parent, if you have a parent around, you can tell them if they can make you a hot tea, a warm chocolate milk, whatever it is you like to drink. Make sure it's nice and warm because, like I said before, it does help with your vocal cords. And although we're not singing, it's important to take care of ourselves. So I hope you guys are all staying safe. Thank you for being here with me today. And you guys have a beautiful day. Bye, Idea Scholars. Make sure, I almost forgot, make sure you are doing your exit tickets. Sorry there, I was saying goodbye. Make sure you are completing your exit tickets because that is how you will gain credit for your attendance. So make sure you are completing that. And now I can continue to say goodbye. I hope you guys all have a beautiful day and you have a safe day. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.